What if an ordinary flight you board turns into a headline-making catastrophe? Today, we delve into the chilling tale of Flight 965. Imagine it, a day like any other. The sun was shining, the air crisp and clear. The hustle and bustle at the airport was usual, a symphony of routine. Families huddled together, business travelers with their heads buried in laptops, children with wide-eyed wonder staring at the massive flying machines. Amidst this familiar panorama, Flight 965 was preparing for takeoff. Operated by one of the world's most prominent airlines, this was a regular route, a journey often taken by many, a path well tread. The flight was destined for a city known for its vibrant culture and enticing food scene. A city where old world charm merges seamlessly with modern conveniences. On board were over 200 passengers, men, women, children, each with their own stories, their own reasons for travel. Some were heading home, others embarking on a holiday, and a few on their maiden flight. There was laughter, there were quiet conversations, there was the shared anticipation of reaching the destination. The crew, experienced and professional, ensured a smooth boarding process. The pilot, a veteran with countless flying hours under his belt, was at the controls, his calm voice echoing through the cabin, assuring everyone of a safe journey. It was in every way an ordinary flight. Yet, as the aircraft taxied onto the runway, its engines roaring to life, passengers settling into their seats, adjusting their seatbelts, there was no way for them to foresee the journey that lay ahead. No way for them to know that this flight, this ordinary flight, would soon be etched in aviation history, but for reasons nobody would have wished for. Little did the passengers know, their usual flight was about to turn into a harrowing ordeal. A journey that began like any other was about to take a deadly turn. Picture a typical flight, the hum of the engines, the calm chatter of the pilots in the cockpit. That's how Flight 965 started. The weather that day was a mixed bag. Forecasts indicated turbulence, yet nothing that would typically ground a flight. The crew, confident in their abilities and trusting in their instruments, decided to proceed. After all, they'd navigated through worse. As Flight 965 began its descent, the communication between the cockpit and the control tower was routine. The pilots reported their position, altitude, and the weather conditions they were experiencing. The control tower, in turn, guided them, providing necessary updates and directives. But then, something changed. The tone of the pilots' voices, once calm and composed, began to waver. The weather, which had been a concern but not a problem, suddenly intensified. The plane was being buffeted by winds far stronger than predicted. Yet, the real problem was not the weather outside, but the growing storm inside the cockpit. As the turbulence increased, so did the communication between the cockpit and the control tower. The pilots requested alternative routes. The control tower scrambled to provide them. But amidst the chaos, a crucial detail got lost. A miscommunication, an oversight, a fatal error. Suddenly, the steady stream of communication from Flight 965 ceased. The control tower tried to re-establish contact, but their efforts were in vain. On the radar screen, the blip representing Flight 965 disappeared. Confusion and panic ensued. The control tower personnel, the airline officials, the waiting families, all plunged into a state of dread. Against the backdrop of the raging storm, Flight 965 plunged into a deadly descent. The pilots fought till the very end. Their efforts to save their passengers and themselves a testament to their bravery. But the storm outside, coupled with the storm of miscommunication, proved too powerful. In a blink of an eye, Flight 965 was no longer a mere flight number, but a tragic headline. The journey that had begun like any other had indeed taken a deadly turn. Against all odds, amid the wreckage and despair, hope emerged. In the immediate aftermath of the crash, the scene was one of devastation. Yet, amidst this chaos, a beacon of hope began to shine. rescue operations were swiftly initiated, with emergency services rushing to the scene. Through the smoke and debris, a miraculous revelation unfolded. There were survivors. The survivors of Flight 965 were not just fortunate, they were resilient, their will to live proving stronger than the metal of the aircraft that had failed them. Each one of them battled their own personal hell, the fear, the shock, and the physical injuries. Yet, they clung to life with an iron grip, refusing to be another statistic in the annals of aviation disasters. Among them was a mother who, despite her own injuries, shielded her child from the impact, her maternal instinct overpowering the terror of the crash. Then there was a seasoned traveler who, drawing from his past experiences, calmed his fellow passengers, providing them with the strength to hold on until help arrived. Each survivor's story was a testament to their indomitable spirit and their relentless fight for life. These survivors picked up the shattered pieces of their lives, their experiences serving as a stark reminder of their mortality, yet also highlighting their tenacity. They had stared death in the face and emerged victorious, their stories serving as an inspiration to many around the world. In the face of adversity, they proved that the human spirit is not easily extinguished. They showcased the power of resilience, the strength of survival, and the capacity of the human heart to continue beating even when the odds are stacked against it. The tale of Flight 965 serves as a stark reminder of the unpredictability of life, the fragility of our existence, and the indomitable human spirit that prevails even in the direst of situations. The crash of Flight 965 reshaped aviation, emphasizing safety and valuing lives. Flight 965's legacy echoes, reminding us of life's preciousness.